What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Landaris. You already know. You see it. You see it. It's like you're shining from heaven. Yeah. L&L Line Service, Kansas City, Missouri, Blue Springs area. So, guys, I am doing an aeration and overseeding on this property that I take care of. I'm gonna tell you what I use though. I use for my grass seed the KC Prime Mix. As you can see right here, it's Hound Dog Tall Fescue, 29% of that, 24% of Foxhound Tall Fescue, 24% of Tall Fescue Fawn, and then says Filter Kentucky Bluegrass and perennial ryegrass. So all that is in here. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different mixtures of the grass seeds here in Blue Springs, Kansas City area. You know, from the shade tall grass to the sun grass. It's good in shade and sun. So that's why I like getting this. This one is a 50-pound bag. Big property, 50-pound bag. If you got some acreage, you know, for every acre, it should be 250-pound bags of seeds. That's 5 pound. That's 5 bags. 5 50-pound bags of seed if you do an acre. That's what it recommends. So if you're ever doing an acre, you got to get 5 bags of these 50-pound bags. 5 of them. Each bag is 50-pound bags. You got to get 5 of them if you do an acre. 2 acres, 10. So there you go. But this one's probably a little bit over an acre, a little bit under an acre. I mean, this is under an acre as far as it's an acre, but with the house sitting on it. But as far as turf, it's under an acre. So I don't have to worry about getting multiple bags. Plus, I overseed this every year. And this year, I'm not going to aerate it. Not going to aerate it. Can't get a hold of the customer. Even though, you know, credit cards on file. Every time I go get the charge to payment, it goes through everything. But it's hard to get a hold of her because she's busy all the time. Busy person. So I'm not going to aerate it. Last year, something was going on with her aeration system, and I couldn't get it. It would all pool right here. So I think she had that fixed and taken care of. You got sprinkler heads in here, but at the same time, I don't know where all the sprinkler heads at. I tried to get a hold of her, let her know, hey, to mark the sprinkler heads. I don't know if she would have somebody do it or I would have to try to do it, but I don't want to do it because I don't know where all they're at. They're like everywhere. Like one's right here. You got that. You got these right here, and there's a couple that's in the grass somewhere that comes up. You don't want to hit those because you hit them and you damage them. You got to replace them, and then you got to dig them out and all that. Or you gonna have to reimburse her to have somebody come out and fix it and then reimburse her. So I don't want to deal with it. So for now, I am not gonna deal with that and get that done. So I'm just gonna leave it alone as far as aerating. Let's see. Like I said, it's a couple of It's a couple of sprinkler heads in the grass somewhere. I think it's like 2 of them. And you got them all around the perimeter. So, yeah, I'm just not going to aerate it this year until I actually get in contact with her one day, so that I can either try to mark them, or she can have somebody else come out and mark them. So here's one right here. You don't want to run over them. Some of them are visible, some of them are not. Since it's a big property, they got them in the middle of the lawns and things like that, and they're not big like those. So some of them are just the slender ones that just pop up out of the grass. And I'm not about to try to risk aerating this. I already aerated it at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I'm losing out money on the aeration, but I've done so much at this property where me missing the aeration is not going to kill me until next year or next spring. I might just aerate it next spring, let her know. And I think she already had somebody come out and winterize them already, because everything's kind of tossed up back here. And I think somebody came out and winterized it. So, but yeah, I got the back here. So all I'm doing today is overseeding, fertilizing, and overseeding. That's all I'm gonna do. As you can see, the back, throw seed down here. I already fertilized it. I'm trying to get another bid. I tried to get a hold of her to tell her to clean this up. I can clean this up for her, get this looking nice, clean it up. This is like the last part of her yard that needs to be cleaned up so it can just be maintained all the time. That's all been cleaned up. Everything's off the fence line, the trees and stuff. I came and cleaned it up. But all this back here needs to be trimmed along this pool area. She just got her pool fixed. There used to be nothing there. She had it redone. So I'm hoping that, I could come in and clear all this out, clean this up. I mean, it's a beautiful backyard, but it's just that it has to be maintained. Clean all this up. I would get all these so-called whatever trees these are. I don't know what they are. I'll clean that out. I'll clean all this out. Just have the evergreen bushes sitting here. That's about it. But this is the backyard, guys. So sometimes when I look at this yard, I treat it, you basically almost treating this like a commercial property, damn near, because you're constantly doing bushes, you're constantly aerating, you're constantly cleaning up leaves, you're constantly, you're doing everything back here, picking up sticks. You're constantly trimming around all the trees. One week I'll come and trim around the trees, and then the next week I'll just cut and leave it alone. And up here too, right here, is what I want to clean up too. I'm gonna clean up all them trees and trim those bushes when she gives me the go ahead. I already left her a message and a bid to do that, clean all this up. But this could be a very nice hangout spot. It's a nice backyard. Got a hot tub over here. I'll clean that patio part up over there. It's been done before. I just need to get the go ahead to finish that up. Like I said, I kind of did this in phases. I would probably come and trim these bushes down as well. All these bushes on the side, trim it down. When we first started this property, this was all overgrown. All this, you couldn't even see any of this. This was all overgrown. And the guy that I work with came in, him and his crew, and cleaned it all up, and I'm maintaining it now. So I just got to get the go ahead to trim all these bushes. Like I said, I'm doing this like in phases. This is one phase. All this side is one phase. As you can see, she got bushes along the pool. Those need to be trimmed, and all that needs to be trimmed and cut back over there by the hot tub. All this was overgrown. She needs to have another mulch job done. I gotta give her a bid on that. It takes a whole pallet of mulch to do this front yard. So she needs another mulch job. You gotta constantly spray weeds and no flower beds. So it's a lot of work here. But if you guys would have saw what it looked like when I first got a hold of this is pretty good. And like I said, I did all the tree work, little tree work and stuff. You couldn't see nothing in that area. There was a bush under there, and bushes are growing back, but I trimmed all the bushes. You couldn't see nothing in there, that area where those trees are at. I cleaned all that out. And I'm just trying to maintain this so it looks decent, stays decent, and go from there. So, 50-pound bag of seed. I already fertilized it. I like to put my seed down last. And I'm gonna be out of here. So this season, I'm just fertilizing and overseeding, because I couldn't get a hold of her to either flag her sprinkler heads. So if the customer can't get anybody, or they can't get their sprinkler heads marked, then that means if you want to get the job done, you're going to have to mark them. But you're going to have in some type of writing that if you mark them, you're not going to be responsible for any one of them that gets damaged, because it's supposed to be up to the customer to mark their own sprinkler heads or have them marked. But if you come out and mark them and try to do the best you can do to try to find the sprinkler heads, it's very difficult in big yards like this, because like I said, they got sprinkler heads in the middle running across here somewhere. So it's easy to run over that with your aerator and crack one, bust one up, and then you got to pay for it. So I'm not doing it. I can't get a hold of her, so I'll just aerate. I'll just overseed and put down fertilizer. And that's all I'm doing today. So like, subscribe, leave your comments, hit that bell button, do whatever you gotta do. But I'm out of here. All right, peace.